What's going on, everybody? It's Nice Pants Lance. Today I am here with the two biggest, baddest muscle cruisers, and I'd like to ask you guys which one of these two bikes is the best muscle cruiser. We have the 99 Honda Valkyrie, and in this corner we have the 2015 Triumph Rocket 3. Now these bikes are large in charge, they're humongous and powerful. They have a large engine and they both sound mean. So we'll start with this 99 Valkyrie. Obviously much less modern than the Triumph Rocket 3, but this has a 1500cc Boxer 6, that's right, 6 cylinders in a motorcycle. It also has a set of aftermarket pipes. We got the classic 6x6 Cobra pipes, very popular, and in my opinion, one of the nicest sounding exhausts you can get for this bike. Although in the process, it does rob a little bit of torque, but for that sound, oh man, it is worth it. So this liquid-cooled 6-cylinder Valkyrie makes about 100 horsepower and about the same amount of torque, actually. That is a ton, especially for a bike that came out in the 90s. This has got a lot of power, a lot of torque, and it sounds freaking great. It's a huge bike, huge bike. You can see how far the engine sticks out. And when we think of a muscle cruiser, we think of like a souped up Chevelle or an old Mustang. We're talking wide, large, powerful, and man, this bike really hits that engine compartment, because boy, that's pretty. The chrome cases that stick out, these little down tube things, aesthetically this is a very pleasing looking engine, especially with the pipes on there. Very wild looking, evil looking, if that. And that goes for a lot of muscle cars as well. The engine acts as an aesthetic piece. So yeah, this giant 6-cylinder engine definitely gives this bike the look of a muscle cruiser, and definitely makes you feel like they built the motorcycle around the engine, which I think is the epitome of what a muscle cruiser is. So we're talking big tires. This has got a, what is this, a 180? Yeah, a 180 rear section tire. That's pretty freaking big. That's pretty freaking big. Yeah, it's got some big headlights. It's got some very classic looking gauge pods on here. I like that. Very muscly. It's got some big wide bars, some huge grips. These are aftermarket grips, but they are huge. So yeah, this is one mean muscle cruiser. Now the Triumph Rocket 3, on the other hand, is a little bit different. It's also large in charge, but it is much taller. It is not as wide in the engine compartment as the Valkyrie. It does have a huge radiator that sticks out farther than the engine does, but yeah, this bike stands up very tall in comparison. The engine is a little bit higher, which makes the center of gravity a little bit higher, but it's got a 2300cc liquid-cooled inline 3 that makes 143 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque. This does have a super trap muffler and a bunch of other modifications. It's fully de-restricted, and it does have a car tire on the rear. Now this bike, although it's not as wide in the engine compartment, look how big that tank is. Look at how wide that gas tank is. The bars aren't as wide as on the Valkyrie. They're a little bit more narrow, a little bit more down low, but man, that gas tank is huge. It even makes the Valkyrie look small. So Albeit the pipes look pretty damn nice on this Valkyrie, but there's just something to be said about that triple look, that classic Triumph triple look, having the pipes all coming out of the same side of the engine, this tall black engine. Both of these bikes are extremely dirty, very dirty. So I apologize for not polishing these guys up before making this video, but I ride both of these bikes pretty hard. But yeah, this engine just looks so nice in my opinion. Also, the fact that both of these bikes are black, definitely muscle cruiser styling right there. I mean, look at the Buick Grand National. That car came in only black. And so both of these black bikes, it just, that black color helps them look mean. This one's a flat black, this one's a gloss black, but this Rocket 3 has these beautiful white racing stripes that go from the fender all the way to the front. Definitely makes it look more sporty. Definitely makes it look kind of like an Indy pace car or something like that, you know what I mean? So, two, this one has a giant front headlight with some accessory Cobra accessory lights there. But the Rocket and many other Triumphs have these dual gauges, and I don't know, its looks are very subjective, but I personally think that these dual round headlights, there's just something about them compared to a large single headlight. There's nothing like a large single headlight that makes a big cruiser look kind of like it's like a freight train. But I don't know, these dual lights, there's just something about them. But yeah, this has, unlike the Valkyrie, which has a 180 rear section, this cruiser actually has a 240 rear section tire. Right now I have a 225 on there, but that's because I'm rocking a car tire. So the car tire has different specs. Stock, the tire size is a 240 rear. So this has an even larger rear tire. So both huge engines, both massive styling. This one being very low, I'll swing a leg over. I'm 6 feet tall. I am 240 pounds, and yeah, it's actually pretty low. I am flat footing. I like how when you're riding, your foot actually is underneath the engine, that engine's cover right there. So I think that's pretty cool. Definitely helps reinforce the engine centered, the engine focused build to this. It's definitely got plenty of chrome on it. But this bike, on the other hand, is very tall. When I throw a leg over, I really got to get my leg up there. Oh my God. And definitely feels much taller. I am kind of on my tippy toes. But look at that cockpit. Look at how wide this gas tank is. Look at how wide that gas tank is. And I like the fact that the gauges are close together. Makes it look very sporty. Kind of matches the aesthetic of the headlights as well. The dual pods, dual headlights. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely got some chrome on it as well. Both of these bikes get a ton of attention. I've had people come up to me at gas stations riding both of these bikes, and they just ask me questions. They marvel over it. A lot of people think that the Triumph Rocket 3 is a Valkyrie. They ask if it's a 6-cylinder, and a lot of people think that the Valkyrie is a Boss Hoss, or that it's got an 8-cylinder in it. They look at that and they think that it's a custom V8 motorcycle when it's really not. On the other hand, plenty of people, I've even seen people gathered around the bike while I'm inside a store, and I've even heard people say, oh yeah, this is a 6-cylinder, this is a 6-cylinder. So already these bikes get associated with each other all the time. They get associated with big custom muscle cruiser type bikes. So get a lot of attention. The styling, the power, this one's definitely got way more power than this one. But on the other hand, this one might sound better and might sound more muscly than this one. So I want you guys to decide. Seriously, I want you guys to decide. I'm gonna fire each one of these up and tell me what you think. This is carbureted, so that's on. Key on. It's a hot day, so we don't need the choke. Sounds like an old built truck. Whew. Ooh, that sounds mean. That's going to be tough for the Rocket 3 to beat. I forgot to mention they both are equipped with very performance-y componentry for being cruisers. You know, aside from both being liquid cooled, they both got dual disc brakes. Rocket 3's got ABS. They're both shaft driven. Those are real muscle cruiser, big bike type things right there. I mean, even more than Harleys and Indians, having a big shaft driven motorcycle just screams muscle cruiser. So now I will fire up the Rocket 3. This one I got to pull the clutch in for. Oh my God, that is so loud. Someone's gonna call the cops on me. Whew, that backfire is intense. And this is way louder. Already, if you can't tell, this engine is much smoother. This thing is buttery smooth, liquid smooth. The bike hardly moves at all when you rev it up. A lot of Valkyrie and Goldwing guys will brag about a test where you can put a penny or a quarter on the engine here, and you can rev it all the way up to red line, and that penny won't even move. You can put it right on the engine, and it's so smooth that the penny won't slide off or bounce around. This one, on the other hand, it's smooth compared to a V-twin, but it is an inline platform, so man, this thing shakes, gives plenty of feedback, and when you twist the throttle, the rotation of the crank and everything, it actually creates this torsional twisting effect where the entire engine actually kind of, like, you can see it wanting to rotate to the side. So man, this bike definitely, the engine feels much more substantial, and it definitely gives you way more feedback into the whole motorcycle, just everything. So this one sounds like a mean muscle car, like an old truck or something with an open exhaust. And this one, I don't know, it kind of sounds like a big tractor, kind of like a diesel truck sometimes. Up in the RPMs, it's sort of, I don't know, it sounds like a freaking Boeing 747. This thing is incredible in a lot of ways. It's very interesting sounding. But yeah, there they both are. The 2015 Triumph Rocket 3 and the 99 Honda Valkyrie. So I want you guys to tell me which one of these motorcycles is the best muscle cruiser. Which one of these motorcycles is the better muscle cruiser? Why do you like both of these motorcycles? And which one of these motorcycles would you own personally? Tell me what you think down in the comments. And please, if you like this video, throw me a like. And if you want to see more on these two motorcycles, do yourself a favor, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I upload. I upload videos every Saturday, or I try to. So once again, thanks for joining me. See you on the next one. Peace.